Hello and welcome. So I hear that you're looking to buy and sell stocks but don't know how to do so. Well, that's precisely what I'm here to do, and I'm going to show you how to buy and sell stocks, ETFs, index funds, whatever you're into using Fidelity, and more specifically how to sell fractional shares, which is a very powerful thing that Fidelity will let you do and not all brokers will. So let's just get straight into it. I'm going to show you the easy way, the quick easy way, and then the way to actually go ahead and buy fractional shares because it took me some time to figure out, or maybe I'm just dumb. So let's just get straight into it. Alright, so here I am in my Fidelity account. It's probably going to look something like this depending on how you logged in, but the point is you can see these tabs on top, and so my goal is to show you how to trade fractional shares, so I'm going to focus on that first with how you can trade fractional shares, and then I'm going to show you a second option if you don't really care about fractional shares. I'm going to show you two ways to actually do the trade. So I'm going to start with the fractional share way, and then you can obviously not trade fractional. You can, wholes are fractions too, right? So you can trade that way, and then I'm going to show you a second option as well. But I'm going to start with fraction. So what you're going to do is you're going to hover at the top here under accounts and trade, and you're going to click on trade. I'll let it load. It's going to take you to this page here. You have the option of choosing which account you'd like to do the trade in. If you only have one, then you only have one. I have two, but you can choose between which ones you want, and you'll click go. You can choose to default. I don't, but that's totally up to you. So once you click go, and don't worry if you clicked on the wrong one, because once it loads, you can actually go ahead and change the account. So if you'll notice here, you can select what you'll want to trade. I'm just going to click on stocks and ETFs because I think that's what most of us are going to be trading. You might be trading mutual funds or options, up to you. So you're going to click what you want to trade, and here, like I said, you can choose to change the account if you selected the wrong one or you want to make changes. So this is like maybe you made a trade in the individual account. Once you make that trade, you can go ahead and select what other account you want and make that trade there. So totally up to you. And then on the right, you'll see kind of how much cash you have available to trade, just to keep reminding yourself how much you have. So when you're trading and it confirms how much you're going to spend, you make sure that you're not spending more than you actually have, and you transfer some over in case you need more. Okay, so once you're here, you're going to go ahead and click on the symbol and select what company you'd like to buy. So it says symbol here, and you can type in, T for AT&T if you want. If you want to select another one, team, that works too. You can put in the symbol. The other thing is maybe you don't know what the symbol of the company is and you just want to buy the company because you know it or you heard of it. So you can also type in the name of the company, for example, Microsoft, and it will go ahead and recommend you the stock. So you can type in the name as well if you don't know the symbol. And the cool thing here is as you are typing team, for example, it will give you suggestions as well. So you don't need to type the whole thing. So the nice suggestions are nice because then you can also discover like, oh, what is there? And then you could be like, oh, this one has a preferred stock option, blah, blah, blah. Point is you'll put in your symbol there. Once you do so, let me click on one. Actually, I'm going to do AT&T because it's a cheaper stock. So once you do that, you'll go ahead and see a lot of information about the stock, which is nice. You see the stock price, the change in the day, bid ask volume. If you want to see more information, you can click on more, quote, blah, 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 and you can see additional information. Day range is just how much the price has varied throughout that day. 52-week range, like the name suggests, in this past 52 weeks. The high and the low, so this is the low, this is the high, the blue dot is where we currently are at. So if we look at AT&T, it's trading on the lower side of the day, kind of on the lower side of where it's been in the past 52 weeks as well. Some additional information, previous close, where it closed yesterday, when it opened today, what price it was this morning, the average volume of the past 90 days, the ex-dividend date, and the earnings. Just quickly, the ex-dividend date is when you needed to have held this stock in order to qualify for the dividend, and this is when their earnings are going to be released. So that's quick. We're here to discuss how to actually trade, but hopefully that was insightful too. Okay, so once you've selected your stock, you can view information. You're going to click under this Simplified view, and notice how it says fractional shares, because we're going to do some fractional trading here. But under the simple view, you have the option to either buy or sell, so just decide which one you want to do. Here you have the option to choose shares or dollars. I'm going to talk about shares first. For shares, you can type in any number you want, basically. Maybe not like 0.0004 because it won't let you do that. It'll do like 3 decimal points. That's reasonable, but probably not more than that, and I don't think you'd want to. But you can do something like 4.5, and it will let you, right? You can do 2.47574, and it will let you. So 3 decimal places is the maximum. It won't let you do any more than that, but you can kind of make up a fraction. When you're buying shares, typically, I don't buy in terms of fractions. I don't calculate ahead of time like, oh, I only want 2.5 shares of this company. Where the fractional shares usually come in for me are under dollars, where I might say, okay, I have $100 to spend. How many shares can I buy? And I don't even need to calculate that. I can just go ahead and type in the amount of money that I have to spend. It will auto-calculate it. It will buy me the number of shares that I can buy with this dollar amount. And you can change it. It doesn't have to be a whole number, under 14.67, maybe that's how much. And it will automatically calculate, okay, you can buy, 5.2 shares with that, and so on. So you can type in a fractional share, but typically with dollars, it will automatically calculate for you. Totally optional, whichever one works best for you. So you'll just choose shares or dollars, and then you're going to choose market or limit. If you don't know what these two mean, it's market order and limit order, and it actually tells you executes at the next available price when the market is open. I'm not going to delve deep into it because I've done a video. I'll link it here if you want to go a little bit deeper. What do market, limit, and I also talk stop order there. But you're just going to choose market or limit order. Limit sets the maximum price you're willing to buy, and if sell, minimum price you're willing to sell. So market, if you do it at the market order, it's just going to execute. You don't need to do anything else because it's just going to buy or sell at that price. If you are doing a limit, you do need to set the limit price. So for example, 28.65 is what it's currently at. If this is too high, you're like, no, I will only buy once it hits $27. You can totally do that, buy. So you do need to put in a limit price if you have a limit. And then here, it only lets you do a day for the limit order, which means if your order does not execute by the end of the day, it's automatically canceled. But once you've done that, and let me just fill some stuff out, $45, it will give you this. It's a $0 commission, which is really nice, meaning you can make millions of trades and they won't charge you fees. Once you confirm everything's right, you can preview it. It's going to confirm everything else. Here, it's giving me an error because the markets have closed. Typically, that error will not happen. You'll click on preview order. It will show you everything one more time. If everything looks good, you'll just click something like confirm or place order, something like that. Otherwise, that is a very simple how-to of the simplified version. If you're like, oh, I would like my options, you can always click view expanded ticket. Same thing, you'll still have the stock, your account, the symbol, it'll still give you the information, but here you'll notice that there are some more options here. You still have buy, sell, but here, this nice quantity thing, you can click on the calculator and you can actually figure out how many shares can I buy. So same thing, let's say I have 100, it will calculate, oh, you can only buy 3.49 shares. So the simplified version will automatically do it for you. It won't actually show you the quantity, but here you can type in the quantity if you'd like to do that. So I usually just use the simplified and I just type in a dollar amount, but if you prefer, you can definitely go into view expanded ticket and then calculate the actual quantity you can buy and put in 3.49. Whatever works best for you. You can click apply to and it will put it in there instead of typing. And then here you have a few more options, market, limit, stop loss. The most common ones are going to be market and limit. Maybe you'll use stop loss, stop limit. Most people don't worry about these. But if you want a video explaining those, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. And same thing here, limit price. That's because we have it set as a limit. If you do it as a market, that will go away. And then the time in force. For example, the day. The most important ones you're going to focus on are day and good till canceled. Day just means if your order doesn't go through by the end of the day, it's canceled. So you don't have to worry about it tomorrow. But if you're like, well, I want to keep watching on this stock if it just hits my price at some point, then you probably want to do good till canceled because that will keep your order open until you cancel. That's basically what it means. And you don't need to worry about that really. But here is a basic, you're not going to use a lot of these options here. Most people, for regular people purposes, you're going to use either market, limit, buy, sell, day, or good till cancel. So the nice thing about the extended version is with the limit order, you can put it as good till canceled, meaning you can have your limit order open a little bit longer. But in comparison, if you're on the simplified ticket, when you're trying to do a fractional amount, for example, 3.49, which you just saw, put it as a limit, you can only do it as a day order, whether or not you choose shares or dollars, versus when you do with the expanded ticket, you have the option of choosing the good till canceled. So that's how you can trade fractional shares and kind of teaching you a little bit about what all of these buttons mean. The other way that I do want to show you, I always use this way because I like to do fractional trading, because maybe I don't have enough for a stock, like Amazon that costs $3,000. I don't want to buy a full stock of Amazon, a full share of Amazon, right? So I like to do fractional share trading just so I can put in, $10 or however much I want to buy. So that's one option. The other option that you do have is if you go to your portfolio or / your dashboard, you go to accounts, portfolio, you'll land somewhere here. Right, again, I clicked here on accounts and trade. When you hover here, click on portfolio, that's how I'm getting here. The other way to trade is, once you're here, you'll notice these black buttons pop up. So the second way to trade is simply clicking on this trade button, which can be faster, and then again, you'll select the account, you'll select whatever transaction type you want, what you want to buy. It will still tell you the amount of cash you have. Same thing, you'll type in your symbol here. The difference here is you cannot type in a name. If I do this, it will say invalid symbol, please check your search criteria. You have to type in Microsoft, that's how you spell it. You have to type in the symbol, but if you don't know the name, instead of typing it in, you can always click on find a symbol, type in the name of the stock, click go, and it will tell you. So if you don't know it, there's always options. You just have to click an extra button instead of directly typing, and it will auto-suggest, which is why I liked the previous one, and I showed you that first. But if this works for you, please go ahead and use this. But once you type it in, why did I delete it? Once you type it in, you'll get additional information here. You can refresh, right, because stock prices change a lot. We're going to be in standard hours. You'll still select. Typically, people just use buy and sell. Maybe you'll use these, but you'll pick which action you want. Here, the difference here is you cannot use fractional share. So if I try to put in some kind of decimal, it's going to give me an error. So if you want to do fractional trading, you have to go to where I showed you, accounts and trade, and click on trade. If you're not, and you just want to trade whole shares, go for trade. Just click on the trade button. And this doesn't let you trade in dollars. So you can only trade in shares here, and they have to be whole numbers. So that's why I don't like this one. I like the other one, but if you're just, a whole share trading person, go for it. You're going to select the action that you want. Let's just click buy so I can continue. You'll put in a whole number, and you still have this handy dandy calculator where you can calculate, okay, if I have $100, well, I chose a very expensive stock. Let's just do AT&T because it's cheaper. Type in 100, it will show you, okay, you can buy 3 shares, and it will show you how much you can spend. All right, so these are pretty nice and handy dandy tools because it will show you the actual amount you spent even though you can't buy fractional shares. So you'll just type in the quantity, select your order, market order, select your time range, click preview order. It'll give you the preview again so you can check everything. Typically everything's right, so I always just click preview order and then I click, it's either place order or confirm, I cannot remember, but I don't think it's going to let me do it because it's not in market hours. The market is closed, but you're going to confirm everything, and it is place order, right? So you're going to confirm, everything looks good. If it does, go ahead and click the place order. So pretty simple process. I did kind of skim over some of the details with brief explanations. If you want detailed explanations of what each term is, I do have some videos out on that. If I don't already have a video out or you're still confused, please just comment. I respond pretty well. I love responding. I love answering questions, so ask away. But anyway, hopefully that was helpful. That's 2 ways to trade. First way is if you want to do fractional shares. Second way is if you only want whole shares, but the fractional way works for everything. So I always recommend that, but this is just to give you 2 ways so you have more than enough options. So hopefully that was helpful to get you started in your trading / investment, buying, selling journey. If it was helpful, please let me know in the comments below. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you'd like to. No pressure there. You don't have to, but it'd be nice. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantabulous day. Bye.